Yes.
Althea says, what are the first basic steps to start my mobile notary business, General Notary? Also, did you create a price list cheat sheet for yourself to figure out pricing for each job? So we're going to take this in two parts. Althea, the first basic steps is make sure you have proper training in order to be a great notary. If you are not comfortable notarizing documents, don't go stamping documents. If you're comfortable and you've been doing it and you know what you're doing, then that's really the first basic steps is to know what you're doing if to notarize. And so as far as a price list or cheat sheet, how you do that depends on you. I have in my head a price list or a cheat sheet. I don't have a written out one. Maybe Kim or Alexis can elaborate on that.
Yeah.
I tried to do it so many times and it never worked for me because
No.
each client is so different. So no, I don't have a price list. I don't recommend putting it on your Google page either. That is a no because if they see the price, they're not going to call. You need to let them know the value. They need to feel the value when they're talking to you on the telephone.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna go back to what you first said. The first steps: make sure you have your Google My Business page together. That is going to be how people find you. That's going to be the best way, the first best way before you get out there passing business cards out. That's going to be the best way. People are just going to go on Google, search you, pull you up. So make sure you have a Google My Business page. Make sure you are properly trained. Make sure you have your certification. Make sure you have your stamp, well, multiple stamps. Your stamps, like Kimmi was saying earlier, and you're ready to go. And then as far as prices, every single phone call I get is completely different. Yep. Whether that's what document it is, how many people's involved, is a witness needed, where are you at, where are you located? It's so many different variables. So as long as you know how much you're gonna charge to pull out your driveway, like Kimmi was saying, then you build on top of that from there. Then you'll start piecing it together quick, and then you'll know how to shoot out numbers. It's a process at first, but if you kind of know how much I'm gonna charge to pull out my driveway, how much I'm gonna charge for a witness, how much I'm gonna charge to notarize that document, my stamp, whatever that fee is in your state. And then from there, you're good to go. It'll start coming together for you quickly.
And one more thing out there, questions equal money. Every time you ask a question, cha-ching. Right. Questions equal money. More questions, more money.
So hi, Crystal. Puwa wants to know what type of training is needed for field inspections and how do you find companies to work with? Kim, I don't do field inspections. I know Kim has done some in the past. I don't think Alexis does them either.
No.
And you don't need any special training. Basically, you're just going out, taking a couple pictures, and they tend to pay $30 to $50. So I might use that as a filler during my day if I don't have anything else going on, but like 2 pictures, snip, snap, and that's it. You upload it to the file, and that's it. No special training. I would like to give a special shout out to Leah. Thank you for joining us, Leah.
Hello, Leah.
Leah's in Georgia also. Her channel, check it out, Leah. Well, she's changed the name, Birth to Business.
Birth to Business.
But it was Boss Up with Leah, and she is also a fellow Georgia notary, and she always supports us in everything. So, hey, Leah.
Hey, Leah. Nice to have you.
Yes.
So we're going to ask Kim to just let you know about some of her training that she has online, and she has a book that's amazing for beginning notaries.
So just a couple things we have going on, guys, at Notary Educators. We'll take a few more questions here. We have our live trainings for the month of February. We have you'll learn how to properly notarize documents in the basic class. Then we have our loan signing class, teach you how to be a great loan signing agent from beginning to end. And then I have some self-paced, budget-friendly courses. The first one is Notarize Like a Pro. It's not that complicated. And I'll show you how to notarize documents. It's like you and me sitting there. And I'll show you how to actually notarize acknowledgments and jurats beginning to end. The I-9 form, it's not that complicated. If you want to add that to your business, I highly recommend you check out that course also. And then fingerprinting like a pro is not that complicated. And that also you can add that to your business so you can do fingerprinting. And again, it's like you and I sitting in a room. I'll show you how to roll and how to fill out the card, everything you need to know. And then last but not least, my ebook, How to Start Your Notary Business from Beginning to End. And guess what, guys? It's not that complicated.
And that book is amazing. It's amazing. I read it. And so, it's amazing.
And so everything can be found at notaryeducatorsllc.com.
And that's the answer to Just Me Design question. How can I set up a call with you, Kim? So Just Me Design, go to notaryeducatorsllc.com and one of us will call you back. Whatever you need, either one of us can give it to you. So just go to that website, notaryeducatorsllc.com. So Shay says, I'm having a hard time figuring out how to make time for my brand new notary business, notary and transcription surgeon. I work a day job still. So Shay, Alexis works full-time too. Earlier we addressed that on here. We have a few more minutes. So if you can look at the replay, you can see what she does. And she does an amazing job of still making good money, even though she works full-time. So can y'all tell me about Ron? That's a Kim question.
Yeah, Crystal. So Ron is remote online notary. And, nowadays we're accustomed to people doing things online. So it's not legal in all states. So before you start spending a lot of money on Ron, you need to make sure, first of all, can you do it in your state? Secondly, you want to really investigate the platform that you use because there are many, many out there and they have many, many fees. I have about 3 or 4 videos now on Ron. So check out that playlist. And it'll go into detail, but I think it's going to be coming to all 50 states eventually. Mm-hmm. But right now it's in about 38. And again, before you start spending any money, you do your due diligence because it's a lot of fees.
Right.
In Ron. There's a lot of hype around it right now, but you want to make sure you can really make some money in it, okay?
So Marcia says, do you need to be certified to do a apostille? So Marcia, the question is not that you need to be certified. You do not. But you need to know what you're doing. Apostille is not like general notary. It's not like loan signing. It's a specialty. You're dealing with people's documents from all over the world. And when they come to you to have their documents apostille, they need it a lot of times quickly within a couple of days or a week. So the suggestion is that if you're going to be doing apostilles, you have to know what you're doing. We're working on a course now for our Notary Educators LLC, but apostilles is just you have to know what you're doing in order to do an apostille because you're working with people's foreign documents.
And that answers Val's question. Do we have apostille training? We do not, but we are working on it. But I do have 3 videos. I'm about to release another one. So watch those videos. It might inspire you to go ahead and try it. Because I've actually had a couple subscribers that have completed their own apostilles. They've had to watch the videos like 3 or 4 times,
right?
But they have been able to do it. So again, we teach in a way, just like on my YouTube channel, guys, is not that complicated.
Not that complicated. So Aaron says, thank you, ladies, so much. I'm new here. You're welcome. What would you suggest for getting a business address? Do you use a virtual address or P.O. box for your notary services? So Alexis does our Google My Business. I'll let her answer that for you.
Oh no, I think
she wants to know a business address because if you get an address and if you're going to have Google My Business, as marketing, you can't have a P.O. box. You have to have a physical address. So one thing about that too, there's some people that uses Regis as their address. So yeah,
it depends on you too.
It depends on what you want.
Yeah. So if you're talking about Google My Business, they can't show up to a P.O. box. So if you put the P.O. box in for verification purposes, that's one thing. But as an actual physical address, that's not going to work. But if you're talking about in general, if you want a business address, that's personal. I mean, it depends on, how you'll be sharing your address for your business and what that will look like. I hope that helps.